Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. Previous episode, again the game crashed, so it was not the frame generation line that I added to the config file. I just added it back. I mean, I don't think it even does anything, but anything helps, I guess. For a bit more, and I still have that NVIDIA reflex line added. Maybe that's it, or it is just my overclock. My PC is already a bit older, and I have like, I don't know what it's normally, but I have my 10900K overclocked to 5.2 gigahertz for years already. Plus also this is where it crashed, by the way. The GPU 3090 also used it quite a while for Ethereum mining. And yeah, but I did repaste it afterwards. It should still be pretty good. So yeah, it's just a bit weird. I don't know what it is, but the game is crashing quite regularly. If it continues to crash, then I will probably just disable that whole line, the config lines that I added for the frame generation and the NVIDIA reflex. But even without it, there are also some graphical glitches. Sometimes the textures are just bluish or green, like they're not being loaded in or something. Anywho, it is pretty nice. I also had to do some real life stuff in between before starting up the game again, and now the alarm is not active anymore. So indeed, the game is true to what it said at the start, which is that because of the nuclear device that was detonated in this general area at the end of operations, the Virtuous mission, that the whole area was abandoned. That so you could wow, there's something on top of there. That yeah, you could just get here quite unimpeded because of the nuclear fallout. But when I was here at the previous episode, then there were actually all kinds of guards and an alert phase, but that was because I used a stun grenade before. Anywho, only thing I don't know now is we have to go to meet Adam. That is one of the US spies in the Soviet Union. I know there will be a cutscene, and then this whole area will be swarmed with GRU soldiers, I think. We'll have to take them out, and I will be doing it hopefully. My aim for this playthrough is 0 kills, 0 alerts. But after that cutscene, I think Eva will also appear on a motorcycle. But then the question afterwards is, will we still be able to go back? I do think we will. We will be manually able to. She drives her motorcycle through that fence, and then we can continue past that fence. That is, I think, what will happen. But that way, so we are still manually controlling Snake in this area after the cutscene, because we still need to go back to the previous areas to mop up the collectibles. Because I spotted several, but I couldn't mop them up because I didn't have any weapon. But we just found an AK-47 over there. So let's use that one. Hopefully it will not trigger an alert if the area is totally deserted. Right, where is the other one? Tips updated, few tips. Ah, here's a whole tips menu. I totally forgot about it. How can we get here? Is that through the main menu? Equip to hide under a cardboard box and fool the enemy. You can also move around with one equipped. If you wait inside a truck with one equipped, you will be transported to the destination written on the box. Alright, I also want to actually read through all this. It's not that much. Or this is actually quite a lot. These frog figures have been hidden in each area. Find and shoot all of the keratins in order to earn the title keratin. These duck figures have been hidden in each area. Find and shoot all of the geckos in order to earn the title gecko. 8mm film reels. The secret theater will be available once you have completed the story. You can use it to view movies that are unlocked by retrieving 8mm film reels from your enemy soldiers. Ah, that is what was falling on the ground there. Ah, I didn't pick it up. Or maybe I did. Maybe it's an automatic pickup. You see that black line. Once you shoot him, or it said a new movie has been added. Here, that black line, that's actually a movie reel. But then does it say a new movie? Yeah, I did not get that. Fuck me, I should have held up that guy. I probably... No, I didn't shoot him like a couple of episodes ago. This is in Virtuous Mission. I did choke him. Did I held him up? I have no idea. Alright, but good to know. These are really the types of things that you really cannot know. While holding up the enemies carrying the 8mm film reels, aim at locations such as their vital points and they will drop an item. You will be able to obtain the 8mm film reel at the same time. Note that downing an enemy or putting them to sleep will cause the 8mm film reel to break from the impact, so make sure to hold them up instead. Fuck me, that happened. I'm pretty sure. And that was because apparently I first put him in a choke. God damn it, these are also collectibles. I really would like them all, and I missed now one of them. How much time is it to go back there and get that movie? Virtuous Mission. Yeah, I think it was this guy. And I do know that those ducks, they are actually persistent. So they carry on through game reloads and play sessions. They are persistently saved. So maybe that's also the case with this film reel. I thought it was just a graphical glitch, that black line, but it was film reel. That's so stupid. But that's why you need to read up on the lore and look at all the items. So we do... Freeze. Like so. Ah, there is his film reel. You actually see it.
No, wait!
Here, the beginning is the end. A new movie has been added to the Secret Theater. Since the Secret Theater includes important story points, it will only be unlocked once you have completed the story in order to avoid spoilers. The beginning is the end. Man, this is so cool actually. Alright, but now the question is...
Freeze!
Did this save permanently? I really hope so. Because I really want to see all those movies. I don't think these film reels were in the original game. I don't remember. So we're going to the main menu. Ah, here's the tips menu. So we can look it all up. Returning to the main menu. Alright, extra, Secret Theater. Fuck me, we cannot see which movies we have unlocked. Alright, I cannot do much about it now anyways. But let's see. Very quickly. MGS3 Delta Film Reels. Can you go load an earlier save to retrieve missed one? Yes, you can load an earlier save in Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta to retrieve a missed film reel by reloading a save before encountering the guard carrying it. As attacking or killing them without holding them up will permanently lose the reel for that playthrough. Create a manual save of each area to return to if you miss film reel or accidentally damage it. Okay, you can check the missed reel, check a guide, load an earlier save, reacquire the reel. Continue playing. Once you have the film reel, you can continue your game from that point. Yeah, but from that earlier point... Fuck me, I think from that earlier point. Do film reels respawn? I don't think so. Yes, they do, just confirm, because I shot the guy with the trank at the bottom of the mountain with the RPG, left and came back and his film roll was back. I missed a soldier holding the film reels in the virtuous mission. The soldiers? Fuck me, are there more? And I'm currently too far now. Can I still load my old saves from the virtuous mission, get the reels, stop, then load back my most recent save and just continue on? Will the reels from the virtuous mission be unlocked after I finish the game this way? Probably not, unless there is a special save that tracks everything you did in the game. Fuck me. Nah, that is the way I think it works for the... Yeah, or maybe not. For the frog collectibles, there, if you get a frog, then you die, you restart the area, you still have the frog. Alright, all film reel locations. 15 film reels to find. Only one guard per area will have a film reel, and attacking them in any way will damage the film, causing it to become permanently lost unless you reload an earlier save. The beginning is the end. Dramuchi North. I don't even know where we are now. Man, so much. Now, you could call it depth in this game, but there's really... Oh, fuck my life. That's not what we want. Yeah, also here is one, Dramuchi North. Yeah, that is that same area, but that is then the virtuous mission. Doli no Vodno. Yeah, I really should make a save everywhere. So Doli no Vodno. In the Snake Eater mission or the virtuous mission? Bulsaya past south. Yeah, I think we can still go back. I think that Doli Vodno, this one, is not in the... Oh my god, these fucking motorcycles and cars here where I'm at without exhaust. It's so fucking annoying. This is the one in Operation Snake Eater where we have to go back anyways to get the collectibles. So then we can also... hold up the guards, assuming that the film reel will respawn. I actually didn't even take out the guards over there. I just threw a stun grenade and I went past them. But yeah, so I'm a little bit annoyed. I should have read that before starting the game. These are the that's why you want to read all the tips and you want to listen to all the codecs. It's all about these hidden game mechanics. Otherwise you have no clue that it even exists. But yeah, so I'm now doubting, am I just going back all the way to Virtuous Mission? But no, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to continue. If I missed that first film reel, then yeah, I couldn't have known. Or I could have if I would have read the tips earlier. But I will then just look that one up on the internet, that film. Because we do want all the lore, of course. I'm not sure how I will then merge that into the playthrough, but we will find a way, or I will just recap it. They're probably they're probably funny takes on existing scenes or something, so it's probably tongue-in-cheek anyways, so it's not super lore heavy. Anyways. But now, for example, this one, you see to the right, the Goka duck. That one does, that collectible, that does get stored in the background. Because we now have a save point. Yeah, it's an area that is being saved. So it's just how you... yeah, we can test it. I wanted to say it is just how you define an area, but yeah, the dock is all the way over there. We shot it with the AK like 15 minutes ago. Now I'm loading a save from before we got there, and the dock is still saved. So if I now load something that is really an earlier save, like this one, and if it is then, yeah, that doesn't, it says 764. Here, this is that graphical glitching, fucking annoying. Yeah, so it doesn't work that way. It's not permanently stored. just stored per area. 764. No, it is permanently stored. It both said that earlier one includes the collectible that we picked up here, because it is both. We picked up 7 out of 64. Alright, so hopefully with the film reels that works the same way. Man, I do like it that they added all those. Let me quickly check. I don't think they were in the original MGS. MGS3 film reels. Are they also in original game? Film reels to unlock the secret theater are a new collectible Metal Gear Solid Delta, and were not in the original Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. However, the secret theater itself was present in the subsistence version of the original game on the second disc, featuring a collection of joke movies and a trailer for Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, I do remember that theater, and I think I also maybe played part of that subsistence version, or the HD collection. I don't even know what it was, there are so many versions. But, man, it looks so good. These graphics, these textures. What I wanted to say is that I really like it that they put in these collections, collectibles. Just seeing if there's anything below ground. I mean, I really enjoy collectible hunting, much more so than achievement hunting, which I don't really do that often. Except there's one game that I did it quite extensively. I don't remember which one. But yeah, it just gives it all a little bit of a fresh feel. New collectibles, new graphics. I think they couldn't have done the remaster with a, if you ask me, with a better approach. They absolutely nailed the approach. Keep everything the same. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, character models. Just update the graphics and add some new goodies to give it a fresh paint. The question is, where is the frog? Ah, there it is. Alright, we're good there. Alright, we are going to just do the cutscene and do that area with the guys. I wonder, yeah, I guess these other guys can have film reels as well, like the heavier, higher tier and guards, like the GRU soldiers. if I have to hold them up all before taking them out, it will be quite more tricky. Unless there will always be a visual cue that if you knock them out, that you destroy the film reel. I guess there will be. So then you know you have to start over and take it easier to first obtain the film reel. Alright, let's talk with Adam. So we have a mine detector. I don't even remember this one. A device that makes sound upon detection of claymore mines on the ground. Equipped to use, consumes battery power while in use. Yeah, maybe I should. I'm going to do a quick extra run. You never know. You don't want to miss out on all kinds of cool stuff. And also, yeah, I'm just gonna, sorry, I am going to look it up. MGS3 abandoned factory mic password. At one point we got like a password from a guard. I have no idea where to use it for. No, now it only refers to the passwords to get to Adam. Alright, so we do passwords from interrogating guards. In Metal Gear, interrogating guards provides radio frequencies for different purposes, such as calling in airstrikes or calling off patrols. You do not receive a single password, but rather codes that depend on the situation. For example, a specific guard near the compound's entrance will give you an air support code, while others can give you information for an electronic door. Yeah, and I got something for an electronic door, like I think it was Mike. Oh my god, 1 second. Here, list of interrogation responses in Metal Gear Solid 3. Acid password. Here, extreme, European extreme, indeed, Mike. But what the fuck does that do, man? Why? I do like these layers, but it's sometimes a little bit confusing. So we do acid. Acid passwords. What are that? Mica. So we do MGS3 acid passwords. A soldier gave me an acid password. What is it meant for and what do I do with it? It is for the PSP game Metal Gear Acid. You can't do anything with it in MGS3. Yeah, so why do we fucking get it? Alright, whatever. I'm not gonna spend too much energy on that in my old day. Already tired enough from work. Whoever invented working can go screw themselves, or at least working in the current setting where you are just an anonymous number in huge corporations. Right, I do think we pretty much picked up everything, right? Yeah, maybe there was something on the roof that I forgot. I don't even remember. We already got the collectible, but was there something else here? Alright, let's quickly check out the sounds. Yeah, just like the Magnum, I really find the sound, it sounds really hollow and distant and not impactful. It should have been more punchy. I mean, it's not bad, but it really sounds too hollow, if you ask me. Alright, here we go. Oh, fuck me, I thought he was here. I think he is still here. I think he is... Ah, this is nice. I don't even remember the game that well. I know there's like this hatch here. Cannot really interact with it. I'm pretty sure he is in the cupboard. Right? No, he's not. Ah, thermal goggles. Then where the hell is he? Ah, here we go. Now we are being raided by the Gru soldiers, I think. Be nice if we can get our gun back. Ah, this is Eva.
Sorry, I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
This is not Adam.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me. Trapped.
Get down!
So Eva is not the real one, I think.
There is your answer.
She doesn't know the password.
The name's Eva.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
What happened to Adam?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were.
Yes,
Why?
because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
Nice.
45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized. Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then.
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the HUD.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
Alright, we will have 2 bosses in
Just
between.
what are you doing there?
Or maybe 3. Ocelot, the
In
Pain,
close-range combat,
and the
a
Fury.
knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information. Nothing more. You look disappointed. All right then. I'll do something special for you. I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down.
It was also pretty suggestive.
What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
When she was saying the route to the laboratory, she said the safest way
Gonna
is
get that?
into the back. And then she was showing her backside. Safest way in is through the back.
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Holy shit. Why can't we see more? It was censored, goddammit.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded.
Or it was maybe
I see.
Snake's closed
4 of them.
eyes. His closed eyelids. Alright, do I see any
We've got company. It's
film
the Ocelot
reels?
unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry. Don't forget your gear.
Super funny.
Here, give me a hand.
Super funny looking at her boobs.
We can use this to get to the basement.
Basement? It's a crawl space. Ah, Ocelot.
Damn it, Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Okay, I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Don't go dying on me now.
Cool character. Alright. I don't remember exactly how this one goes. Will they? I think they will be coming in actually.
Move!
So we are full stamina now. Mark 22. Do we want the gun as well? I don't really need it, but okay, let's take it. This one we don't need. Stun grenade we could use. Smoke grenade we can use. Cigar, I still don't really know what it is for. Cardboard box could be handy. Bug juice, compass, mine detector. Alright, let's quickly see what the cigar does. Doesn't say. Alright, one moment. We are going to do MGS3. What does cigar do? It's for escaping from prison, so also holds your aim steady while sniper shooting. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I used it as a shitty light source in the caves until I found torch and night vision goggles. But it also wards off hornets and burns off leeches. You can stick it in Eva's Hoa Bill Clinton style. Unlocks an intern dress Eva can wear. The cigar serves as a multi-use sport item, functioning as a light source in dark areas, a cure for leeches, and a method to drive away hornet. It also slowly depletes Snake's life gauge while in use and can be strategically smoked to quickly lower his health before the Sorrel fight to enable a faster drowning and revival sequence. I think it also steadied your aim, right? It doesn't say that here. So probably not. One moment. Damn it. Super long entry, but only where it appears in the game series, not what it does on fandom. So we do find in page, we do leech. Alright, so where the fuck is it? Here. Aside from recreational use, Snake also uses them to burn leeches from his body and as improvised torch in darkened areas. So it is leeches, a torch, and there was one thing else, right? Yeah, drive away hornets. Alright, there's one other thing. Sometimes there are apparently secret frequencies on the radio. How do we find them without spending 3 hours going through every possible combination? Metal Gear Solid 3. How to find secrets codec frequency. To find the secret 1 here, it says the actual frequency. Codec frequency in Metal Gear Solid 3. Press R1 during the torture scene after the boss shoots you, which will reveal the frequency on the board held by the Sorrow. This frequency automatically opens your jail cell and can also be used on blueprints behind Sokolov earlier in the game. Earlier in the game, so then... Alright, but I assume that is after the boss shoots us. Ah, wait. Press R1. No, the torture scene, we still have to get there. All secret radio frequencies. Alternatively, you can find the frequency earlier in the game by inspecting the blueprints behind Sokolov before the torture scene. Though the in-game reveal during the torture scene sequence is a direct way to obtain it for the cell. You also have a healing radio. This is really useful on Foxhound runs. Edit, heal stamina only. Yeah, so there are a lot of secret frequencies, but it really is, the frequency goes from I think 140 with 2 decimals up to 150 with 2 decimals. So it is really like 140.52, 142.94. So basically you have to run through the decimals that are, how many combinations are that? 10 per 10 numbers, so that are 100, no, it is 100, yeah, it are 1000 possible frequencies that you have to get through. So there really must be a way to get it from guards or something. Metal Gear Solid, how to get secrets radio. I do think you get them from guards. Radio frequencies. You must interrogate enemy guards, especially those in stalking mode or during an alert. By getting close to an enemy and grabbing them, you can interrogate them to learn their frequencies. Different difficulties may provide different frequencies, so interrogate guards on your current difficulty to find the correct ones. Right, healing frequencies, alert cancel frequencies, fire support frequencies. So we have healing, fire support, cancel alerts, and also door unlock. Alright, pretty interesting. Before going, yeah, I'm really, otherwise I will never do it. We can just as well do it now. Let's just run through all the tips so far. So movement, walking, running, tilt, left stick in the direction you want to move. The tilt angle determines the speed. Changing stance between standing, crouching, prone. Tap circle while standing to switch to crouch. Press again while crouching to stand up again. Hold circle while standing or crouching to lie prone. Tap circle while prone to get into a crouching stand, or hold the button down to stand up again. Movement crouching, tilt left stick. Movement crawling. Tilt left stick in the direction you want to move while prone. The tilt angle determines the speed of movement. Stalking, hold L1 while moving to move slowly and silently stalk a target. Yeah, but the only thing I find it is really he's walking too slow. It is really hard to catch up to guards, even if they're casually strolling around. You are really going, there's like a minimal speed difference, so it takes quite a while to catch up. Camera controls new style. Use R to freely change the right stick, change the direction of the camera. Press R3 to shift the camera to the left or right. You see, these are the hints that I really like or need. I had no idea that that was a thing. R3. Although now I do remember it from the original game. I think it was the same. Or in the HD, there's one version of the original game, not remastered, where you also had free camera control. Maybe that's subsistence version. Camera controls legacy style. Shift camera position with R. Lock its position while shifted by pressing R3. Switching to first person view, new style. Press R1 to switch to first person view. Legacy style, press R1 to enter first person view. While in first person view, you can use R to adjust the direction of the camera. Actions in first person view, new style, press R3 in front of a door while in first person to slightly push the door open and peek inside. Yeah, these are really useful things to know. Wait, this is legacy style. This is a useful way to stay aware by looking further ahead in the direction you're moving. Press R3 once more or shift it again to unlock it. Right. That one had an extra page, that tip. But so R3, while in first person, you can open up doors. Additionally, you can press R3 to stand tall on tiptoe. Ah, so that's R3. I was already looking for that button. Both of these techniques are useful when spying on your surroundings from the shadows. For sure. Alright, that one I really need to remember. Actions in first person view. Legacy, tilt L, Y, while in first person to take a step to the left or right. Yeah, exactly. That is how it worked in first person. I don't know why that doesn't work anymore. Press R3 in front of a door while in first person to slightly push the door open and peek inside. Additionally, you can press R3 to press R3 in front of a door. I don't know if I said R3 before, but it is R3 to push the door. You can also press R3 to stand tall on tiptoe. Both of these techniques are useful when spying on your surroundings from the shadows. Intrusion view. The camera will automatically switch to first person if you crawl under a desk, into an air duct, or enter other such narrow spaces. You can continue to move while using this view. It's the same. Rolling, new style. Press triangle to leap forward and perform a dive roll in the direction you are facing. It can get you over small gaps and obstacles. It's the same, only a different button. And it's also good to know, you can actually bomb enemies. Can you also knock them out then? Is the guy knocked out? No. Climbing ledges, ladders. Press X when in front of certain ledges to climb onto them. You can also press X in front of ladders to climb up or down. Climbing trees, walking on branches. Stand in front of a tree covered in vines and press X to climb it. It's also possible to walk on a tree's branch. Hanging, press X when atop a tree branch or when in front of a railing to drop down and hang from it. Use left stick to move left or right. Press triangle to do a pull up and peek above. So here it is triangle to peek above, while with a door or standing on tiptoe it is R3. That's confusing. That is really, you really have to remember that. Hanging, new style. Wait, there was also... I don't even remember whether that was Metal Gear Solid. At one point I had a game, I think, where I really made a whole block note or a whole page full with notes on the controls, because there were so many different combinations. I don't remember. Yeah, maybe it was Assassin's Creed Unity. Alright, the grip gauge will appear while you're hanging and you will let go and fall if it reaches 0. You can also let go at any time by pressing circle, press X to climb back up. Alright, but the good thing to remember here, you can peek up while hanging with triangle. So the new things that we learned was tiptoe R3, opening up a door R3. And then what was the other one? Yeah, this is tiptoe. There was also another. Yeah, and R3 also switches the camera. And triangle lets you peek over a ledge. Yeah, so here it is circle to do a peek. Alright, hanging, drop and catch. If you let go while hanging, press X with proper timing to grab a cliff branch or other type of edge below you. to break your fall. Yes, I already used that once. That was pretty handy. Pressing against surfaces, L towards a wall, you will press up against it. Moving in this state will allow you to go through narrow passages that are normally impassable. Making noise, if you press up against a wall or another surface and press R2, you can hit it to lure enemy soldiers. Successfully sneak behind the enemy's back to avoid unnecessary battles and infiltrate the enemy's camp. Peeking, new style. Press up against a turn in a passageway or a tree trunk and keep pressing L forward and keep pressing L towards it to look around the corner. Change the direction of your view with the right stick to get a better look at your surroundings. Alright, so keep pressing it, zooms in a bit, makes your view a bit wider. Yeah, indeed. In the old style it was quite convoluted. You had to do hold L and then left stick. I don't even know what L1 was in the old controls. Is that first person view? Or is that also stalking? R1, yeah, so here it is R1 in legacy style. Go to first person view, which is the same actually. So that's really confusing. So you're against a ledge and then you have to, you would assume you press R1. That has to do with the viewpoint to peek around, but no, it's L1. Or not against a ledge, but against a wall or whatever, a tree trunk. Although it does make sense, because probably if you press R1 you just go into first person and then you look the other direction. Jump out shots, while equipped with certain weapons, press against the outside edge of a wall or surface, then press L2 to jump out and take aim. Alright, so we can do jump out shot. While equipped with certain weapons, press against outside edge, corner view, then press R2 to jump out and fire. Here is it's L2. Here it is L2 to jump out and take aim. Here it is R2 to jump out and fire. So without taking aim, I don't know, it's a bit confusing. Press circle while on the water surface to dive underwater. Use left stick to move horizontally forwards, back left or right, and right stick to change direction. You can stay underwater until your O2 gauge runs out. The capacity of your O2 gauge depends on how much stamina you have. Triangle to head back to the surface. X repeatedly to swim faster while underwater. Alright, that's good to know. X. Melee, without readying your weapon, press R2 to strike. If you are empty-handed or have a handgun equipped, you can press R2 repeatedly to perform a combo. I do find the new control scheme much more intuitive actually, yes. That's pretty nice. CQC throw, approach an enemy while equipped with a CQC compatible weapon and press R2 while pressing left stick in any direction to throw a stunman. Approach an enemy while equipped with a CQC compatible weapon, hold down R2 to grab the enemy from behind. You will continue to grab the enemy for as long as you hold down R2. From this position you can transition into various actions. CQC interrogate. After grabbing holds, you can interrogate at knife point by holding L3. Throw, hold up. After grabbing hold of an enemy, move left stick in any direction and press R2 to throw them in that direction. Also, upon downing an enemy, if you quickly pull a gun on them, you can hold them up. That is one of the most important mechanics, because that way you can keep the enemies down on the ground for as long as they will just stay there for. I didn't see them standing up yet. Compared to using tranquilizer or knocking them out, then they eventually will wake up and stand up. But not if you hold them up at gunpoint. So that one is super important if you go for a no-kill run. Slit throats. Press X after grabbing hold of an enemy to slit their throats. Apparently, I read that people said that the animation is better in the original game, but it looks pretty much the same to me. Press L2 after grabbing hold of an enemy using CQC to ready your equipped weapon while using the enemy as a human shield. So that's L2. Yeah, but how do you then shoot? Because you have R2 still pressed for holding the enemy. So maybe once you have this view, you can let go of R2. I need to test this one. But I will probably not, because this will trigger an alert anyways. So this can only be done in areas where there will be a scripted alert that doesn't count toward my number of alerts, which I want to keep at 0 throughout the playthrough. How to use weapons. When you have a weapon equipped, hold L2 to ready, R2 to use. Accurate firing. Crouching rather than standing, and prone rather than crouching results in reduced hand jitters while aiming, allowing for more accurate shooting. Really nice little mechanics, I find. So the weapon really climbed up, and here it goes much more focused. Standing. It's not that much of a difference. I don't really see much difference between standing and crouching. I did see difference between crouching and crawling. Right, let's see it one more time. Standing, firing, goes up, up, up. Crouching, firing. Yeah, honestly, almost looks like crouching is either just as inaccurate or even more inaccurate than standing and firing. Shooting while hanging. One-handed weapons such as handguns can be used while hanging in the same way they are used on the ground. Pretty cool. Disarming enemies. Enemies may drop their weapons if you shoot their right hand. Here, these are the tips I'm looking for. It is also possible to destroy any radio they are carrying. Destroying the radio prevents them from calling back up. Yeah, so you can also shoot their hands. Pretty cool. Grabbing and dragging enemies holds... what is that button normally? Square button. See, I don't even know what button that is. It's so confusing. So rolling is triangle, stance is circle, action button is X. What in the holy fuck is the square button? Wow, that's just amazing that I don't know that. Reload. Right. Hold reload near a downed enemy to pick up their body. You can move while dragging the body with you. Release to let go of their body. They may drop an item when you release them. And I'm just quickly seeing if there were multiple pages. This one we already knew. That's the same one. Sneak up behind an enemy undetected and point your weapon at them and seek your C range to hold them up at gunpoint. Tap left or right D-pad to equip or remove your weapon, and tap left D-pad to do the same for your equipment. Your weapon will automatically be reloaded upon doing so, making it an effective technique for weapons with longer reload times. Right, recovering life. Your life gauge will automatically recover over time. The more stamina you have, the faster you will recover. You will also recover faster when you are crouching or prone. Using life medicine also helps you recover life, but it can be hard to find. Oh wow, that's a huge difference between prone and standing. If you look at the two bars in the preview vid. Falling from heights or being hit with powerful attacks can lead to serious injury. Once this happens, a red meter will appear in your life gauge, and your life will not fully recover until your injuries are treated. You can treat serious injuries via cure. Once treated, your life gauge maximum capacity will be restored. Injuries will automatically recover with enough stamina, but some injuries cannot be recovered from without treatment. You may get poisoned or otherwise become ill while on your mission. Your life will slowly decrease when poisoned or ill, and you will lose stamina when you have a cold. Stomach aches or other ailments. Select cure from the survivor viewer to treat your condition. Resting. By saving and exiting the game, Snake is able to get some rest. Your life, serious injuries, illnesses and other conditions will recover gradually until you resume the game. Depleted stamina has the following effects on Snake. Reduced life recovery rate, increased handshaking when readying weapons, reduced O2 and grip gauges. Stamina can be restored by selecting foods from the survival viewer and eating a meal. Yeah, but how does stamina deplete? I think from any actions, right? Grip gauge. This gauge displays your grip strength while you are hanging. You will let go and fall if the gauge reaches 0. Alright, but the gauge is pretty long. I have no idea because I'm not using the HUD. O2 gauge. This gauge displays your remaining oxygen while you are underwater. If this gauge reaches 0, your life gauge will begin to deplete. Capturing plants and animals. You can turn plants and animals into foods by hitting them with melee strikes or weapon attacks. Eat the food you've procured by selecting food from the survival viewer. Snake's sense of taste. The tastier the food, the more your stamina gauge will recover. To get an idea of how tasty food is, listen for Snake's impression after he eats. Also, continually eating unappetizing food can sometimes cause Snake to enjoy it over time. That are such nice little mechanics. If Snake eats something poisonous or rotten, his condition will begin to worsen. Select cure in the survival viewer to use an antidote or digestive medicine to heal. Alright, but is that always when you eat something rotten or chance based? No idea. On the backpack screen, equip food to a weapon slot and you will be able to throw it. You can use it to draw the enemy's attention or even trick them into eating food that is rotten or poisonous. That's pretty handy. Camo index. To see how well Snake is blending in with his surroundings, check the camo index on the game screen. The higher the index, the more effective Snake's camouflage. Wearing camouflage that blends in with the environment and staying low can increase Snake's camo index. However, it's important to remember that no matter how good his camouflage is, camo index drops considerably while moving. Here, this red paint camo really looks, I do think they did it better in the remaster than the original game. Really blends in very well in that factory. Or maybe it did in the original game, but in the original game I didn't find it blending as good as I thought it did in this remaster. Alright, we also still have to listen to some codex before entering the battle now in a second, by the way. Normal phase, nearby enemies are unaware of Snake's presence. Enemies will usually stick to their assigned stations and patrol routes and check for any unusual activity. Normal, if they hear sound or find footprints or bloodstains, they may deviate from their patrol route to investigate. If they don't find anything unusual, they will return to their post. Alert phase begins once Snake is spotted. In this phase, enemies will radio for backup and begin to attack. You must flee from the enemy and wait for the phase gauge to reach 0 and enter evasion phase. Enemies have lost sight of Snake and are searching, this is evasion, the surrounding area. You may still be found if you hide in places such as hollow trees, lockers or under desks. Once the phase gauge reaches 0, the enemy will transition to caution phase. Enemies will patrol with a heightened state of alert. Depending on location, there may be even more soldiers patrolling than usual. Once the phase gauge reaches 0, the enemy will transition to normal phase. Survival viewer on the game screen, press the touchpad. Here, press touchpad on the game screen. What does that even mean? It's not on the game screen, the touchpad is on the controller. Here you can change your camouflage, switch out weapons and equipment, eat food, treat your injuries and illnesses, check your map and perform various other tasks to help you survive. You can wear camouflage to blend in with your environment and deceive your enemies. Select camouflage in the survival viewer and use uniform to change outfits and face to apply face paint. Backpack, weapon and items you obtain will be placed in your backpack in the survival viewer. Select backpack to add weapons and items. You can carry up to 8 weapons and 8 pieces of equipment at one time. All weapons and items have weight. The heavier your weapons and equipment, the faster you'll burn to stamina. Right, it should also mention here that you can not only equip items, but you can also unequip items here. Yeah, maybe equipping items implies that you can also unequip it, I don't know. Food, select foods to eat food that you have procured. Eating food restores your stamina. Depending on the type of food, it may spoil after a certain amount of time. Animals which you have captured alive do not spoil. Select cure in the survival viewer to treat injuries and illness that Snake incurs. When seriously injured, your life gauge maximum capacity will be reduced if you don't treat yourself. So see to your treatment as soon as possible. Select the area you wish to treat and then choose the appropriate medical item from the list to begin the treatment. Carry out all of the necessary treatments in order to completely cure the injury or illness. Select map in the survival viewer to view a map of the area Snake is currently in. You can check your objective as well as maps of other floors and adjacent areas. Hold D-pad down on the game screen to open the radio window. Use the radio to talk to other people, receive gameplay tips and more. If someone is calling you, a white call sign will display on the top of the screen. Press D-pad down when the call sign is on and you'll start conversing with the calling party. When you receive a high priority call, the call sign will be red and radio mode will automatically open. Alright, I was just checking on extra pages that I may have overlooked, and indeed I did overlook one, this one. The effectiveness of each face paint and uniform for a given location will be depicted by a numerical value relative to the effectiveness of your current camouflage. The higher the value, the more effective the camo. Yeah, this one I also overlooked. Depending on how it is captured, animal food can be obtained in different forms. Animals... Or maybe I didn't. Animals captured with regular attacks such as a knife or gun will be turned into meat, which will spoil once enough time passes. Animals captured alive with your tranquilizer gun or a mousetrap will not spoil. You can hold up to 3 live animals at once. Some animals cannot be captured alive. And some plant animals cannot be consumed. Alright, I did miss that one actually. usual. Automatically recover with enough stamina, but some injuries you do have to cure or treat. Alright, where were we? Here. Then we saving the game. Call paramedic 140.96 on the radio to save your game. Press menu on the game, not on the game screen, on the controller to pause the game and open the pause menu. You can adjust game settings, view your gameplay records and more from this menu. Camo window, hold D-pad up on the game screen. This is like a quality of life improvement in this game. Although I do in the remaster only, I do like the just going into the survival viewer better, because it is like a hotkey for camos, which is fine, but it not always takes the optimal combination between camo and face paint, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I will use it more. It is quite easy. It's easier, quicker than going into the survival viewer. Hold D-pad on the game, on the controller to open the camo window. The camo window displays your most recently worn sets of camouflage. So this is again a tip. I was not aware. I thought it was just a static list of camos, but it's your most recently worn ones. Switch to a previously worn set by selecting it. So it's also not the game selecting the combination between camo and face paint there. It is just your own combination that you recently used. Alright, interesting. Survival viewer shortcut. A shortcut icon will appear on the screen under certain conditions, such as upon obtaining equipment or suffering an injury that requires treatment. If you press D-pad up while the shortcut icon is displayed, you can move directly to the corresponding screen in the survival viewer. Alright, I was not aware. So then you can quickly read its description or something. Alright, we're almost there. Item boxes, new, because these are the last two are way less entries. Item boxes, new weapons, camouflage, and equipment can be obtained from item boxes. Check item box labels or their shape to know what's inside. You can often find item boxes in lockers, armories, and other such locations. Items that you procure will be placed in your backpack. You can actually look at it indeed. Man, it's such a cool game. Amazing game. Hold D-pad right, open weapon window. Hold D-pad left, open equipment window. The window will appear for as long as you hold the button. While the window is displayed, use left stick or right stick to select the weapon equipment and release the button. With it selected to equip it. Select the none icon to remove the equipment and remain empty-handed. The magnification on sniper rifle scopes can be changed while aiming down a sniper rifle scope. Press R3 to change zoom level. So that's at least an intuitive button, because R3 is also used for other vision modalities, like standing on your tiptoe to peek higher, or peeking through when you're in first person close to a door. You can peek through a crack in the door. So we can also do zoom level on the scope of sniper rifles. We can change that. Some automatic weapons can switch between different firing modes. Press triangle while the weapon window is open to switch between full auto, semi-auto and or 3 round bursts. Not single shot. Maybe you can do single shot with semi-auto anyways. But then what's the difference? Full auto you can just empty your clip in one go, I guess. Semi-auto are also burst. I don't know what the difference is between semi-auto and maybe you don't have to manually reload, so it is just individual shots, but you can do it after each other, and then you have burst mode. I don't know for sure, I'm not a weapon expert. Then we go to hold L2 to ready your weapon, press R1 to aim down your weapon's sight and shoot with precision. Exactly. I do like this area when we get there. That's like a big shack in the middle of the forest. Alright, this is Legacy style. Yeah, I do think they did a much better job with the controls in the remaster. Tranquilizer guns, you can use tranquilizer guns to put enemies to sleep without killing them. The amount of time it takes to knock out an enemy depends on where you shoot them. It works faster if you shoot them in the head or heart. Again, something I was not aware. The head I knew, the heart I was not aware of. Interesting. Suppressors, equip a suppressor to certain weapons to stifle the sound of your shots. Suppressors wear out with use and will no longer have an effect when their durability reaches 0. Press X to equip or remove a suppressor. Yeah, in the weapon menu, right? Not when you have the weapon out, I guess. I'm not sure. We can try. Using equipment. Some items have effects while equipped. And some can be used by pressing X while the equipment window is open. Certain items, like the active sonar, can be used with L3. A fake death pill is a drug that produces a temporary state of feigned death, which you can use to trick the enemy. You can use a revive pill to recover, but note that if you wait too long, you will die for real. Sensors. You can use sensors, anti-personnel sensor, motion detector, active sonar to locate enemies. These consume battery when in use and will stop working when the battery dies. On hard difficulty or higher, not all sensors are available at start. Yeah, I don't think I have any sensors on. I think I'm playing on extreme. Cardboard box, we already read this one earlier in the episode. Equipped to hide under a cardboard box and fool the enemy. You can also move around with one equipped. If you wait inside the truck with one equipped, you will be transported to the destination written on the box. Battery. Some items use battery power. Your battery recharges over time when not in use. It also recharges faster when Snake is moving around. That's such a nice mechanic again. That is just because there's probably some recharge apparatus which is based on motion, like something that moves around, and because of the electron differential or something, gets some energy from those movements with which it recharges the battery. But so it's really interesting, all these little things. Like shooting in the heart to accelerate tranquilizer dart effect. This one, faster recharge when you move around. Higher damage taken when you are closer to the enemy. It are very obvious things, but other games I really don't think they always do stuff like that. That's really the attention to detail that Japanese developers put in their games. It's just amazing. Alright, hints. 5 more to go. Provisions, storehouses, armories. You can destroy provision storehouses and armories with TNT. Destroying these facilities reduces the strength of the enemies in that area. Interesting. So first loot them yourself and then destroy. They really get weak then. And that's so cool. Keratin. These frog figures have been hidden in each area. Find and shoot all of the keratins in order to earn the title Keratin. These duck figures have been hidden in each area. Find and shoot all the geckos in order to earn the title Gecko. Secret Theater will be available once you have completed the story. You can use it to view movies that are unlocked by retrieving 8mm film reels from enemy soldiers. While holding up the enemies carrying the 8mm film reels, aim at locations such as their vital spots and they will drop an item. You will be able to obtain the 8mm film reel at the same time. Note that downing an enemy or putting them to sleep will cause the 8mm film reel to break from the impact, so make sure to hold them up instead. Versus the Ocelot unit. Defeat all of the Ocelot unit soldiers to be able to safely escape with Eva. Stunning. Alright, so this is a hint specifically for the area that we are in now. Or knocking them unconscious works too. Use the hatches in the floor to drop down and work your way around to their blind spots. Exactly. Defeat all the Ocelot unit soldiers to be able to safely escape with Eva. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That we will escape together with Eva and we will not be able to go back to the previous areas because we still have to go back there to collect the items. So maybe I should just now go back to the previous area, collect the items. And I think also one film reel in the bridge area. It's also pretty cool. I think those film reels are visible on the NPC's bodies. You can see from the outside whether they are carrying one. At least from the one in the example video. Which would be this one. Here, if he turns around. Oh. He doesn't turn around. Ah, then I saw it in game because I got this one already. Yeah, you see to the right of his backpack. You saw it. Anywho, yeah, I will be going back to the previous areas to mop up the collectibles, just to be sure that once I defeat these enemies, that we are not in some cutscene that locks us out from the previous areas. Otherwise, I could now take them all out. And then if it does moves us, locks us out from previous areas, I have to redo the fight. But I think it is quicker if I just go first do the collectibles. Alright, so we read everything. We are going to... Alright, R3 does change it a bit. Now it doesn't tiptoe, it actually makes you look lower. Right, there they are.
Move!
Ah, no, I'm just gonna take out these guys, motherfuckers. They're throwing grenades at me, I'm getting pissed. Jesus Christ, guys. Fuck you, they actually...
I see him!
Alright, I was not expecting that. That's pretty cool. Fuck me, are we now before or after the cutscene? After the cutscene, right?
Move!
Do we pick up anything? Nope. Alright, let's see if there's any new info.
Those rifles the Ocelots are using aren't AK-47s, are they?
No. They kind of look like AKMs, but they're different.
Different how?
They've got steel handguards and vertical type foregrips, and the muzzle suppressor is bigger.
A carbine version of the AKM, huh? Hungary has a unique modified version of the AKM called the AMD-63. I heard something before about them making a prototype carbine version of that. My guess is they probably imported some of those prototypes. If they're using a carbine version of the AMD-63 like I'm thinking, then they could be a serious threat. Those things handle better than the AK-47s, especially at close range. And don't forget, the Ocelots are elites. They're gonna be better shots than normal Spetsnaz, and you're that much more likely to get seriously hurt. Keep your eyes open. Heads up, Snake. Looks like some of those guys are equipped with M63s. The M63 is an American-made light machine gun. It's got more firepower than you might think. It can punch through a wall, too, so watch out.
Motherfucker.
You said some of them are using shotguns? Those shotguns are M37s. They're an American model designed for field combat. Not all that dangerous from a distance, but at close range, they'll tear you to shreds. Be careful. Looks like some of them are using Scorpions. The Scorpion is a Czechoslovakian submachine gun. They don't have the stopping power of a rifle, but they're easier to handle and lethal at a medium range. If you eat more than a couple of rounds, it's not gonna be pretty. Don't fool around. Snake, watch out for those grenades they're tossing. You'll be injured pretty bad if you get caught in the blast. You could get burned, too. If somebody throws a grenade at you, get away from it and hit the deck. Snake, if you fire that thing without a suppressor attached, the bang and the muzzle flash will give your position away to the enemy. Attach a suppressor and you won't have to worry about all that. To attach a suppressor, open the weapon window and press the enter button. Snake, they're using stun grenades. Watch out!
Stun grenades?
Yeah. It's a new weapon they invented themselves. It uses an intense blast of light and sound to knock out the enemy temporarily. If you're looking at the light from one of those things when it goes off, you can kiss your optics goodbye. If one gets tossed your way, turn around quick.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure in the subsistence version of the game there was a HUD key to do a quick 180. Maybe I'm mixing it up with another game, but...
Heads up, Snake. Looks like some of those guys are equipped with M63s. The M63 is an American... If they're using a carbine version of the AMD-63 like I'm thinking, then they could be a serious threat. Those things handle better than the AK-47s, especially at close range. And don't forget, the Ocelots are elites. They're gonna be better shots than normal Spetsnaz, and you're that much more likely to get seriously hurt. Keep your eyes open. Snake, they're using stun grenades. Watch out! If you're looking at the light from one of those things when it goes off, you can kiss your optics goodbye.
Sorry, I was just looking up something. In Metal Gear Solid 3, the quick turn or 180-degree turn is performed by quickly pressing and holding the square button, or its PC equivalent, which is the CQC button on PC, and generally the primary action button. This action is used to instantly spin Snake around, allowing for quick repositioning and evasion of enemies. Alright, so we do MGS3 Delta. The mouse plus keyboard interface design of Metal Gear Solid Delta is genuinely impressive. Yeah, I found it as well. For the controller version then. Good layout. Alright, but I'm not sure whether quick turn is a thing. But you can already, by default, turn pretty quickly.
Snake, they're using stun grenades. What?
Alright, he doesn't have that much to say.
When you have a serious injury, like a gunshot wound or so if you're seriously hurt...
Nothing new here.
Snake, you run a higher risk of getting seriously injured if you're hit by if you're engaging in proximity. If you get seriously injured, go... Snake, keep an eye on your stamina gauge. When you run low on stamina, you won't be able to fight at full strength. Don't let that happen to you.
Alright, nothing really new. No.
Heads up, Snake.
I wanted... No.
Snake, watch...
Damn it. Major Zero is what I wanted.
It appears you've been completely surrounded.
Yeah, so I gathered.
If Eva is to escape from there...
Right. I'll have to take them all out.
Snake, you must defeat all the Ocelots. That's the only way to ensure Eva's safe escape, as well as your own. But you're up against a lot of them. Don't try to take them head on. Approach them without being seen and dispatch them one by one. And don't forget to use your camouflage. Snake, don't try to engage the Ocelots head on. There are too many of them. If they surround you, you'll be finished. Use your camouflage to approach them without being seen, and take them out one by one. If you don't camouflage yourself properly, you run the risk of being spotted and attacked by snipers or other faraway
yes,
enemies.
I think there's one guy on the
Don't
roof.
forget to use the camouflage screen in the survival viewer to disguise yourself. Always maintain a high camo index. Snake, enemy soldiers who move in file pose a serious threat. Try to take them out one at a time, starting with the one at the back. Snake, there were drums filled with fuel in the factory. If you shoot a bullet into one of those drums, the resulting explosion should send any nearby enemies flying. Use them to your advantage. Snake, there's no telling where the enemy might be hiding. Be sure to check the ceilings and the bushes. Don't let your guard down even for an instant. Eva needs you to distract the enemies until she can escape on her motorcycle. She's probably out there somewhere waiting for her chance. Don't worry about her. Focus on defeating the enemy. Understood? Snake, it appears they've got snipers in place. Snipers are excellent shots. If they hit you, you're likely to be wounded. Find the snipers and neutralize them before they can shoot you. If you do get shot at, take cover behind something. Understood? Snake, you must defeat all the ocelots. That's the only way to ensure Eva. But you're up against a lot of. Approach them without being seen and dispatch them one by one. Eva needs you to distract the enemies until Snake, there were drums filled with...
Alright, that's about it. Enough procrastination. Right, that's one of the drums. Nice texture, by the way.
What?
Right, did they... Ah, no, that are the guys over there. Ah, but this guy did see me. Am I now in an... this is a scripted alert phase, right? Yes, so alert phase 0. So we are going to... Chaff grenade, electronics jamming grenades, scatters a large amount of metal into the air upon detonation, jamming radio signals and rendering electronic devices inoperative.
There's nobody here.
Right, how long is this going to take? I want to keep him here.
Just my imagination.
He must not hear, he's going... No?
What?
Here, I
He's
want...
not here?
What? Not here? Did we lose him?
Wow, that guy...
Keep looking. Move!
Fuck me. Right, now we can do our... jump out shots.
Nothing here.
Fuck me, man. Fuck me, that jump out shot's not working for one bit. Maybe because I didn't have my weapons with. Anywho, I will be taking a short break, like 2 minutes, and then we hopefully will be able to take out all these motherfuckers. And hopefully once I get more... Oh,